Hello, I'm Eric Gracey. I'm a management forester with the University of Kentucky Department of Forestry and Natural Resources. And today's topic is we're going to talk about our native hardwood species that are well suited for barbecuing and smoking applications. We're going to look at the different smoke profiles and what foods pair up well with the different species that we have available to us. Okay, we're going to start with Kentucky species that produce the mildest smoke, and then we're going to work our way up through the species that produce the heaviest smoke flavors. The maples, sugar, and red, like the red maple behind me, are well suited for smoking. They produce a very light, slightly sweet smoke flavor. They work well with meats that you don't want to overpower with smoke, such as fish, game birds like quail, Cornish hen, or just regular chicken and turkey. These maples work really well in those applications. Okay, so another Kentucky species that produces a mild smoke flavor is our black cherry or wild cherry, and they're going to work well with the previous meat products that I mentioned. This is a good one to have in the back of your mind to use as on your grill. Okay, the last two native species of Kentucky trees that produce a light, mild smoke are the red mulberry. Unfortunately, I do not have a red mulberry on my property, but I do have a sassafras. And sassafras, what you're going to want to do with this is you'll want to remove the bark. If you're going to use it for smoking, the bark does contain a chemical in it that may produce a little bit of toxicity. So you want to remove that bark. And after that, it's going to produce that, you know how they use the sassafras root to make root beer, and you're going to get that little bit of sweet, spicy taste transferred over to your meat. And this species works really well with chicken. It makes unbelievably good smoked chicken with sassafras. Okay, so the next step is we're gonna talk about our medium smoke flavored native species. These medium smoke producing trees are going to be well suited for just about everything that you're going to want to put on the smoker. They're going to work well with beef, venison. They're going to work well with turkey, chicken, pork, you name it. These things are going to work. Maybe a little strong for fish, but I would say that they would also work well for salmon and some other of the big flavored fish. They would work well with. Okay, so the first group of species we're going to talk about that produce this medium smoke flavor is our white oak family. Kentucky's blessed to have numerous different white oak species, such as the chinkapin oak behind me. The white oak's going to produce kind of that quintessential smoke flavor. It's not really going to be super sweet. It's not going to be really super nutty, and it really works well with basically anything that you're going to want to put on the smoker or grill. Okay, so the next medium smoke species we're going to talk about is, I'm going to lump them together, is hickory and pecan, like this little pecan I'm standing next to. Hickory is basically what 90% of the commercial restaurants and barbecue stands are using to smoke. It produces a nice, sweet, nutty taste. It works well with everything. Pecan, which is much more prevalent in the western part of the state, is going to produce just a little less, a little milder flavor, but it's going to taste a lot like hickory. Okay, so the last medium species that we're going to talk about is my favorite. Unfortunately, I don't have a tree to stand next to, but it's apple. Apple is well suited for all the meats that I've mentioned previously. I like it because one, it smells absolutely wonderful while it's on the smoker, and it produces light, sweet smoke that really pairs well with the stuff that I like: chicken, pork, and I actually use this for salmon as well, and it really makes a nice salmon. Okay, so we have two native species that produce a really strong smoky flavor. It's red oak. You will want to experiment with it. In my opinion, it gets a little bit of a bitter smoke. I'm not a real big fan of red oak, but there are folks that really like it. So don't take my word for it. Try it yourself. The other is black walnut. Black walnut produces a really heavy, strong smoke. If you've ever burned it in your fireplace, the smoke smells absolutely wonderful with it. But I would caution using it alone in your smoker. It normally works better if you're mixing it with some milder woods. Say if you don't have, you mix it with an apple and walnut, or an oak and a walnut, something like that would be better than just trying to use black walnut by itself. Okay, so we're going to finish things up with a couple suggestions. If you're cutting and producing your own wood that you're going to put on your smoker, such as these hickory chunks that I've got here, you're going to want to make sure you season them just like you would firewood. You know, unseasoned wood's going to produce creosote in a smoker, and that creosote's going to make your meat taste really bitter and nasty. Also, don't overlook the use of hickory nut shells. They make great chips. They're good in your smoker, they're good on your grill. They'll really spice things up in your cooking. And like I said, everything that I've passed on is just kind of my opinion and personal preference. It's going to be the fun of barbecuing is the experimentation to find out what you like, the woods that you like, and what you enjoy. And you really can't go wrong. It's hard to produce something off of a grill or smoker that's not good.